Hey, what's going on? It's Michelle the Prophet. If you came across this video, this reading is for you, and it is a pick a pal video. All right, and the topic is, what impression do you leave on social media? Okay, we will do a Patreon segment, and that will be, what do people think of your thirst traps? How do your photos affect people who see them? All right, obviously everybody doesn't post thirst traps, but if you know that you do, go ahead and head over to Patreon. We're gonna see what people think of them. All right, so we do have 3 pals here. Pal 1 is a girl in a green dress. Pal 2 is a girl in a hoodie, and pal 3 is a girl in a bikini sitting on a bike. All right, so whichever one sticks out to you the most, go ahead and choose that. And yeah, I'll see y'all in y'all section. Bye. Hi, pal 1. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. Right, and we want to know, what does pal 1, what impression does pal 1 leave on social media? Thank you so much for this opportunity. Ask for clear, honest, and concise messages for pal 1. All right, so I don't know if y'all like to talk shit. I don't know if you individually are talking shit directly, or if you just post like a lot of like music that's kind of like aggressive. I don't know if you all like, you know, rap music and things like that, but you leave this impression of like low-key like toxicity. I do feel like it's based off of the music that y'all listen to. What do y'all be listening to? Okay, but people do get this impression from pal 1 that y'all are like badass. Okay, like people do think like, oh my gosh, like, you know, pal 1 is super raw, they're super hard, they're super, like, I don't know, you might be really urban or something, you got something going on like that. All right, you could post money, or post that you know, get money, you could have a super nice car, you post that, or you buy, you know, luxury items, you go traveling, something like that. But you also leave this impression that you're very well off, you know, you get money. You could talk about how much money that you get and things of that nature as well online. All right, so you certainly leave that impression onto others. You make people want to certainly collaborate with you. You leave this impression online that you are actually, like, you know, you believe in God, you have like spiritual tattoos and things of that nature. You have like a sleeve with like Jesus' face on it or something, I don't know, Buddha, I don't know, something like along those lines. You could like quote Bible verses. You have like a lot of duality going on, where it's like some people think you're a thug, some people think that you're like a fucking religious thug who loves God or something, I don't know. But other people also, you give off this impression of being a heartbreaker. You don't need people, people need you. You know, you have multiple people on your line constantly. You got people who want you. You're on high demand, all right? You top shelf with it, if you will. Okay, you do give off this impression of having like a very prestige sort of energy. People might just straight up, you know, leave hard eyes in your photo. Like, you know, they're not afraid to let other people know that they're interested in you. Okay, you also give off like this very nostalgic feeling for people who have known you for a while, people who could have possibly known you since childhood. You possibly have pictures of yourself from when you were in high school online, from when you were like younger or something. Like, I don't know, you have like a big, it's basically like an archive from like an online footprint, right? Like people could see pictures of you from when you were little. You could post that sometimes. You could post like old songs that you like and things like that. You could talk about your past a lot. You give like this old soul vibe, or like this old like nostalgic energy as well, that people peep off your social media. Okay, generally people do feel like you are very profound. You like having meaning in the things that you say, the things that you do. You are obviously very attractive, but there is like this energy attached to it that is giving like, oh, this person would fucking rip my face off, they would break my heart in two, you know, like you scare people a little bit. I cannot lie. How when you make people feel that that you, like, I don't know, like, you give this impression that possibly, like, you're a little judgmental if people do not have the same things that you have, or if they are not as crisp as you are, if they don't take care of themselves as much as you do, or have goals, have things that they're aiming towards in their life, you know, that you possibly judge them for it, okay? But then at the same time, there is like this balance where it's like, no, like, you know, you believe in God, you believe in, you know, good things and positivity too, or you might even like preach a little bit or whatever it may be, but it is this underlining feeling that, you know, you better come right if you're coming towards Power One. Like, if you're gonna fuck with Power One, you gotta have it together, or you have to at least be on their level. You have to at least have the things that they have, or have goals or something like that, right? You definitely give off this impression that you're very strong-willed. You're not like super emotional, super sensitive, or you don't really show your vulnerabilities whatsoever online. You could have a dark humor. You could cuss a lot. Your humor could be like kind of like catty, kind of like mean a little bit, but it's just like all jokes, really. I do feel like for people who actually know you, they know that you are nice, but you keep your foot on a lot of people's necks. All right, you definitely make, like, I don't know, for people who are like insecure, those are like the only people who really have an issue with Power One, because for most of it, I feel like you're a cool ass person. You like to joke, or you have like dark humor or something. Like, you know, I don't feel like you're targeting anyone, or you're trying to like make other people feel less than you, or none of that. It really has nothing to do with other people. It's just like you and your life, and the trajectory that you want to have in your life, you know, is really what you focused on. I do see that you are very smart, you are very stable, you maintain your stability in some way, shape, or form. You prioritize your stability, if you will, as well. And not only that, but you're also very generous. Like, you can be very charitable. You can have like a link in your bio to like some sort of GoFundMe account for people, or, you know, you have like a lot of shit going on. All right, you can post a lot. You can post about your job on social media, or you are like a jack of all fucking trades. All right, it's like your job could be one thing, and then like on the weekend you do hobbies. You have hobbies, or you have like volunteer work or some shit like that. You know, like it's something that you do where it's like if people were to just judge you off of your social media, they would get the wrong impression of you. Because if you actually look at like what you actually do in your everyday life, you're actually very charitable, or, you know, you have like some sort of job that, you know, it's like a resource for people who are in need. You know, you actually have like a really big heart, and it is something pertaining to the career that you have. If you feel me, that it really shows like, oh yeah, if you were to have a job like that, you have to actually have a love for other people and giving back to the community and shit like that, right? So it's like you actually have a job that is very generous or loving and caring and kind and shit, because that's where your heart is in reality. But if someone were to look at your social media, they would think that you were like a fucking thugged out gangster or something. Like, they would think that you were like a heartbreaker. You were like, I don't know. Like, if people would get the wrong impression if they were to look at your social media, right? Or if they were not even like social media at this point, like if they were to just look at your fucking playlist. Because I do feel like, Power, like your playlist is thugged out. Like, your playlist is just, you listen to like a lot of gangster rap or whatever it may be, hardcore rappers and things like that. Like you could be like a fucking goth, you know, or like alternative or something like that. Like you could be like a fucking goth that feeds the homeless every Saturday or some shit, you know. So it's like you look scary, you look intimidating, you might even act intimidating, you might even speak intimidating. But really, it's like you're a sweetheart. But you got to peel back a whole lot of layers to get to that sweet part. Like, you got to peel back a couple layers, all right, to really know who you are, all right? So, yeah, it is something about your beginnings that make people feel like home. You feel like home. You feel like something very familiar. You have, like, a lot of familiar experiences that other people experience as well. Like, you may have grown up a certain way, or you're part of like some sort of culture that other people can relate to. You are actually very relatable, all right? But and so like this relatability that people have to you it does make them feel like if they were to look at your past or look at your old photos, they will think of you a certain way, like, oh, this person is just like me, or, you know, I see myself in this person, I can relate to this person, you know. But the reality of it is you're actually light years ahead, or these people are actually not even necessarily like on your level, but you know how to relate to all kinds of people. You know how to relate to people who are kind of like, you know, even have less than you, or they are less than you. You know, I'm not even trying to like toot your horn or nothing like that, but you know, there is levels to this shit, and y'all are pretty up there, okay, Power One? So but you're still very relatable, so it's kind of dope. Like, you have like this duality, you have this balance about you to where you could be down to earth or you could be out of this fucking world, and depending on how insecure you are within yourself is depending on how you're going to perceive Power One, because you seem like a really cool, majestic person. You seem like someone who's actually really funny, very clever. All right, clever is 100% the vibe that people get from your social media. Like, oh, this person, like, they're different, you know, they're clever, they're smart, they're witty. All right. But then like people who might be like a little attracted to you, see like, oh shit, this person will break my heart, this person's a heartbreaker, there's someone that, you know, they don't care. You know, they kind of get carried away with that as well. Okay, so that's what I got for you, Power. Oh shit, excuse me. That's what I got for you, Power One. I truly hope that resonated for you. We're gonna head over to Patreon and see what do people think of your thirst traps, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hi, Power Two. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. All right, and we want to know what impression does Power 2 leave on social media. All right, you got a couple people who be, you know, surfing the web for you, looking you at least 4 people who are very enthralled with your content, the things that you post, okay? So you definitely leave off this impression, Power 2, that you have your shit together, you have your stuff together. You are someone who is very disciplined, okay? You have like this consistency about you that really encourages other people to like get with that same program, if you know what I mean. I don't know what sort of content you post or whatever it may be. You could post like affirmations or a workout program, a workout plan, or something along those lines, but it is something about you. You leave this impression like, wow, like anybody will be pretty much lucky to have you. All right, people see you as someone who's very wise, very smart, someone who's very much sought after. You do give like this, you have like a brand about you that really does leave this impression of like you have it all. I cannot lie. Like, people want your life in some sort of capacity, right? Oh, oops, sorry. So because you have this consistency, there is like this impression of discipline that you leave behind on your social media. You really encourage people to get their shit together. You were like, man, if Power 2 could get up every day and do this shit, I could do this shit too. You know, this person is so positive, they're so enthusiastic. You really leave like positive affirmation for other people and encourage other people to heal, encourage other people to have certain practices that are very beneficial to their health. Okay, you're a very healthy individual. You could post like get ready with me content, like I said, workout content, or you post fucking quotes or spiritual quotes, or maybe you're a tarot card reader like me, or it's something like that you do, that you believe in personal enhancement, you believe in personal you know, journeys, healing journeys, self-care. You could consent to some sort of religious doctrine or spiritual doctrine, to where you really do encourage people to get off their ass. Like, you really encourage people like, hey, you only have like one fucking life to live. Don't have like a fucking pity party. All right. It is something about your social media that really like, you can have like clean girl aesthetic or something along those lines, where it's like when people see you, they want to have some sort of relatability to that. But really it's like, you're so clean with it, or you're so like nice or crisp with it or something like that, to where it's like you really encourage people to like do better for themselves. I don't know, y'all. I don't know what it is that you do, but you're someone like you take care of yourself really well. Like you could do your makeup every day, skincare routine, the way that you dress, the way that you carry yourself. You're a certain caliber of individual. Like you are not someone who will be like, you know, posting online like looking raggedy, or you know, like you're very put together, and your life is very put together as well. All right, people really wonder how your house looks. They wonder like what your lifestyle like really looks like. They're like, is this person ever fucking dirty? This person ever has like a fucking mess? Like you never have a blemish ever. Like you're just always so put together. All right, and you really like you're like the fucking opposite of lazy, right? But funny enough, I do feel like you attract a lot of lazy people, but you attract them because like you really do encourage them to get the fuck up, get up, do your routine, you know, be more disciplined, bro. You know, like you do it in like in a very non-judgmental way as well. And even personally, pal, too, if you feel like, oh, I am nowhere near what I really want to be in my life, or even like online what I really want to do, that's not the impression that you leave behind whatsoever. You certainly leave this impression of like, you know, you have it all. And it is like this certain patience that you have with yourself and with your environment. You leave behind like this impression that even if you don't have it, you have a lot of patience to get there. People see your social media and they feel like you don't have bad days. They feel like you are like perfect and you live the perfect lifestyle. Everything goes your way. And the whole time you could be fucking suffering from depression and they'll never know how to. People do feel like you're very well-rounded. You are goals. You have this sort of lifestyle. You live this sort of lifestyle that really makes people want to have your life in a way. At the very least, you're encouraging. You're always super positive. People wish that they were able to do some of the things that you're able to do in your life. And they wish that they had as much courage as you had. They wish that they had the following that you had. It is something just super, almost like pretentious, but I'm going to use the word prestige instead. It is like, you know, haters might look at you and like roll their eyes like, oh Lord, it's Pal 2 again. Here they are with their fucking perfect life. You know, people who are not happy with themselves and are super miserable, they do look at you and they assume kind of that you, because you look like you have it all together, that you think that you're better, or I don't know, it's like a lot of projecting. People do like kind of try to project these things onto you, because I feel like there's literally no evidence that shows that you think that you're better than anyone in that way. But that still does not stop individuals from thinking like that, you know. If someone does not like Pal 2, it's literally just because they're fucking miserable. Like you give people no reason to not like you. Like all you're trying to do is like just fucking be positive. So it's like if someone doesn't like you, like, you don't like yourself, bro. Like people have no fucking reason to hate on you, but they do anyway, you know. And it's because like they're very ugly hearted. They're very miserable. Okay, so if you ever get like hate mail or hate comments, if you ever find like people trying to go against you or try to humble you, it's because they're just fucking miserable. It's literally not you. Pal 2, I get this feeling that y'all are fucking sweethearts at heart. Y'all really try to like give back, and you want to be nice. You want to really like, you really mean the stuff that you say. You really do try to be positive and like uplift people and encourage people. Like, you're fucking nice as fuck. Y'all are nice as hell. Like, y'all are fucking sweethearts, bro. So it's like, you are evil, motherfucker, if you ever try to get at Pal 2. All right? It just really does show like how fucked up of individuals they are. How too, that does not mean that, I really do see that y'all do have bad days some days. You just really good at hiding it. You don't believe in like unloading your drama or your problems onto other people. I do feel like you have like a little bit of, you know, people pleasing tendencies. Because you do like, you do want to like be nice to everyone. You know, you pour very heavily into those around you, and sometimes you don't necessarily get that back because people do assume that you have it all already. And it's really kind of fucked up because it's like how to need someone to pour back into them as well. But because you are so fucking talented, you're so fucking raw, y'all are fucking cool as hell. Like, it's something about you're the shit. No lie, bro. But because it's like you're so amazing, people are very reluctant to pour back into you because they think that you already have it all. Like, you have everything. What the fuck do you need from me? You got more than me. You know, it's kind of like the mentality of it all. Because y'all are talented as fuck. I don't know what it is you do. What you do may not even be necessarily related to social media. It could be like something completely separate. You might just like show yourself doing, I don't know, like you're just very well accomplished. I do feel like physically you're super athletic. You have like the perfect body. Your body type is just so beautiful. It is something that other people strive for. You can be super flexible. You work on yourself in a way that physically people want to work on themselves too. Something about you very aesthetically pleasing to look at physically. You have beautiful long hair, beautiful like hips, body, hourglass figure. Like, you look good. Your skin is fucking vibrant. Like, you're healthy down to your toenails, y'all. Like, y'all look good as fuck. All right, so yeah, unfortunately that attracts a lot of jealousy as well. Okay, so we're gonna head over to Patreon and see what do people think of your thirst traps. Thank you so much for coming this far with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Hi, Pal 3. If you chose this photo right here, this section of the video is for you. Alright, and we want to know, what vibes does Pal 3 give off on social media? Thank you. Okay, so you give off these vibes that you're young and turned. Alright, you can have like a lot of friends. You can have like a lot of travel stories, travel highlights. Okay, you definitely give off this impression that you just having fun. Alright, you might you might definitely have like a lot of friends, like whether you're in pictures with these friends or not, they could post or like a lot of your content, repost a lot of your content, post you, like, I don't know, like you certainly, you know, a lot of people, right? So you can have like a lot of followers, a lot of people that you follow as well. You give off this impression of being very popular. You just are very popular. People see your pages online and they feel like you share a lot of information on there. Like, you could have a lot of posts on there. You could have like a lot of pictures, a lot of quotes. Like, I don't know, you're someone like, you don't have like some particular aesthetic online. You just kind of post whatever you want. It could just be a lot of information that is just like on your page, like maybe about your life, or I don't know, it's something about people really feeling like they're getting a lot of information from you, whether, you know, that be like entertainment information or just like random shit is another thing. But yeah, Pal 3, you are not someone who posts like your business online. Like, you're not someone who's like super emotional, posting like depressive quotes or anything like that. When people see your online presence, they definitely feel like you're someone who, you know, believes in having fun, believing in like, you know, just being super lighthearted, joking around. You might even be like super friendly. You could, like, all your pictures, like you're smiling. You just look like just a nice person who's like, you know, very well-rounded and somewhat like just likes to have fun, has it together. Like, you really don't really take social media too seriously. You don't like use it as like a platform to like do activism or no shit like that, you know, like you use it pretty much for fun and for personal reasons. People do feel that although you might post a lot or you have a lot of posts in general, you still don't post a lot of your business. You're still someone who's very private. A lot of your humanity is not really shared in your online presence, and people do feel this way because you don't really like share like the bad parts of your life, which is, you know, why would you, you know? But at the same time, it's like you don't really care how you're perceived at the same time, but also you're not really giving people the full scope of your life or like your lifestyle or what you're doing. You really just post what you want to post, flick whatever you want to flick, and, you know, leave it at that. It's not like deep. It is like something about your relationship with the internet and online media and stuff like that that just, it's very much giving, not deep. You could post like a lot of jokes, a lot of memes. People could definitely like see your posts or see maybe even like your story I'm getting, and they're like, oh yeah, this person likes to joke around. They like to just like post like little silly shit, or, you know, this is someone who just likes to laugh. They like to make other people laugh. They like being funny. Okay, it is like not like goofy, but it is like you are like silly. All right, and although you are someone who you may like go through serious shit, like maybe you have like a post where like you're paying tribute to like your fucking grandma or somebody who passed away, like somebody that you love. Like you might have like serious shit on your page here and there, but it's not like super anxious, frequent, depressive shit like all the time. Okay, you're very oriented around joy. And this is what people get from you. They get a lot of laughs. People do think that you're super funny online. You talk a lot. You could talk a lot to the camera or just write a lot. Like you like to like basically use online as like a journal or like a diary. All right. Maybe sometimes you do speak on some of the shit that you've been through. Like, yeah, you know, I wasn't always like this happy, or I do come from certain like, you know, humble beginnings, or I come from poverty. I was able to move away from that darkness in life and really move towards like happy shit. Okay. You really like to just like broadcast like how happy you are, but things were not always like this, right? So you may have like little quotes that are like that. Like people can tell that you've definitely been through shit. People can tell that you definitely have like a storyline or like a pattern in your life where you were not as like happy, where you could be sad or something like that. Maybe you have like a tattoo that says like R.I.P. Mama or something. Like I don't know, but people definitely know that you have like some sort of dark past that you moved away from, and you were able to go into like calmer waters. Okay, so you could have like a child or something like that, or you could be a single parent, or you could, I don't know, have pictures of you like when you were pregnant, or a baby daddy or something like that. Something like you don't necessarily have to have, it could be something completely different, but it is definitely something about Pal 3 where it's like, oh, people could tell your life is not easy, you know, but you still prefer to just show the parts of your life that elude positivity. You choose to be joyful about your circumstances. Like it may not be ideal situation for everybody, but you don't really give a fuck. You know, this is your life, and if you're happy and satisfied with it, then it is what it is. All right. But yeah, people could definitely tell that you are not someone who just like cruise through life without struggle. You could talk about some of the struggles that you've been through in like a kind of like a dark humor manner, like a joking manner, and things like that. But you do give off this impression on social media, like, oh, it is what it is though. Like, you know, life's a bitch, but you know, you gotta keep going or something like that, right? Yeah, so it's definitely something about Pal 3. You certainly give off this energy of you're a survivor. All right, you could be a survivor of domestic violence, violence in general. You know, you are a survivor. All right, and this is how people see you. People are definitely like just so encouraged by the story that you have and the life that you're able to manifest for yourself. people know that you've been through things. I don't know if like if this is something that you've broadcasted, or sometimes you do post like little quotes like that, or you'll show your past, or you'll introduce like just a little bit of what you've been through a little bit to people online and shit like that. But ultimately, you're encouraged. Like, you use that information to encourage you, not to like make you have like sympathy or like a pity party. Like, you don't want people's sympathy, right? Like you really do let people know, like, yeah, I've been through this, but look what I was able to make of it. Like, look what I've become. Look what I was able to do with the cards that I was dealt, right? Like, you don't want to ever be seen as a victim. You are a victor, if anything, right? People definitely feel like they learn so much from your social media. It is like this energy, like maybe your attitude towards it is like, oh, it's not that deep, whatever, have fun, whatever, right? But people do feel like it is very, like, you have a lot of substance, you have a lot of depth, and people really do like that. They really enjoy that aspect of your social media presence, because you really do show like, okay, this is like a duality. This is a person who, like, you don't have to be one way. Like, yes, you could have gone through things that, like, maybe you were victimized at some point in your life. Maybe you could let people know that and still not necessarily ask for sympathy, still not necessarily have a victim complex, like, still like kind of be a conqueror, an overcomer of your life, right? So it is like this strong duality that people really do enjoy. People really enjoy, like, you know, being your friend. They like the laughs that they share with you online. You just seem like somebody super fun, super lighthearted, like super just like encouraging in general. You're also very youthful, no matter what your age is. You really do let people know, like, you could be older or you could be like a certain whatever and still have fun. Like, don't let society kind of like make you determine what's fun for you. Or you could be a single parent and you could still have fun. You know, like, you could be someone who has responsibilities. You could be an adult and still cater to your inner child, if that is just what you're being called to do. Like, don't allow like society to tell you what sort of aesthetic or person like that you need to be, just because like they think it's more appropriate for you to be that, or categorize you. Like, you're definitely someone who is infinite in style, etc., and energy. All right, so that is what I got for you, Pal 3. We're gonna head over to Patreon and see what do people think of your thirst traps. Thank you so much for coming this far with me, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.